Welcome back, everybody, to the NBA 2K13 playthrough. I just wanted to show you guys something real quick. I was playing around with the shoe creator, the 2K shoes, and I just wanted to show you, while you're in here, you have like a shitload of shoes to choose from. You got your Nikes, Jordans, Adidas, Converse, Reeboks. You got Under Armours too, and one Spalding apparently. But along with that, you can create your own custom shoes. I created a couple. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Actually, I guess I'll start with the one Under Armour that I got. Cause that's it's cool, I think, but it's like not as my favorite. Just go to edit shoe. You have this whole complex looking, like almost, if you guys are familiar back with like Black Ops, like your logo creations, you got these layers that you can add. Your bases, your collars, your overlays, your tongues and laces you can choose from, and you can choose a different material. You can see I've got like a metal base right there, and it's you can create some pretty interesting things with it. I forget what I called this because you have to resave it every time, but I'm just gonna call this. What do I call this? I'll just call it. No, I'm so not used to the L1 being delete button. I'll just call it UA for now.
UA.
Under Armour.
Oh.
Okay. So what was my favorite one that I made? This is the first one that I made here was a Nike. You can choose the brand. You can choose the cut, high, low, and mid, as well. It's crazy what you can do with this one.
You made all of these shoes.
I've been busy. I made these. I made that one. That was my favorite. Let me see here. Edit shoe. This one's my favorite. This is the first shoe that I made on this. I thought I did a really good job with it, actually. Should be a freaking shoe designer. No homo. But
I don't get how that's homo.
I don't know. But
Judgmental.
you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. I think you have a maximum of like. I think I hit the maximum. You can have I think it was a maximum of 8 individual color and layer design elements. So you can only have like 8 total colors, I think, on here, which is what I reached, and that's why I ended up reaching my limit. I think that was on the Under Armour shoe that I reached my limit. But yeah, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with that. I do remember what I called this one. I'm gonna make a whole fucking line of sneakers here. Stomp blue, stomp red, stomp white, stomp. Yeah. Alright. But anyway, then you can go in there and you can actually take these shoes. You can equip them to players on at the actual team. So you take your favorite team, like if your favorite team is the Celtics, you could put it on, Kevin Garnett. You could make Kevin Garnett wear the shoe you created, which is pretty cool. And then don't forget the Nike ID, where you create a custom shoe out of their selections, and they'll send you an email where you can actually go in and then get that custom pair of shoes that you created in the game. You could have them make that pair of shoes, and they will mail that pair of shoes to you to own, to wear. That's pretty awesome stuff. I think what I wanted to do was, there was one last NBA All-Star segment I didn't get into, and that was the Rising Stars Challenge. I think I wanted to get into that. Let's see, who's all on the Stars? I must look like a complete idiot because I really don't know any of those guys. I'll be the elites, though. Bow, bow, bow. Originally pitted 2 teams of rookies against each other in 1994. Kyrie Irving was named Rising Star Challenge MVP in 2012. That's cool.
Get that triple-double.
Triple-double. Triple-double. You bout to bubble. About to bubble, baby.
Coming to you live on
Whoa.
2K Sports.
What?
Shorts are a bit jittery.
This is the NBA. Hi everyone, Kevin Harlan alongside my broadcast partner Steve Kerr.
I do gotta say, what I've noticed so far is that the graphics are, you know, are pretty good, but I think the player, especially when you get like up close, they're not like real impressive. Like, I'm not overly impressed with them, like I was when I saw the graphics in
Sports games are bigger and stronger than he is.
True.
Since they do have Borderlands.
Borderlands, their graphic style is pretty good.
Bioshock.
And Bioshock. But you think they could translate that into the sports?
Well, first off, they don't want their big borders around all the sport.
Well, Harrison Barnes out of North Carolina, very smooth offensive game.
True.
Really a jump shooter, that's his forte from the mid-range. I'd like to see him develop a post game. He's got a big, strong body, and as he develops in the NBA, I think that's an area where he can really exploit.
Just 4 to
Oh.
shoot. Rubio
But anyway,
receives.
I'm not like super impressed with the graphics like I was with like NCAA and EA's Madden. Those were had pretty solid graphics for a sports game. I thought they were really good. But other than that, I mean, it does its job. They're not too bad. From a distance, it looks good. And
It's like anyone.
with the
Well, most women.
well, thanks for throwing me off what I was saying. But I mean,
It
from
looks good from a distance.
a distance, it looks good. Which obviously with the camera angle that I'm using, it looks perfectly okay. It looks realistic, fair enough. I mean, really,
Sports is really good movie.
it does. They do. I mean, it does its job. Aside from like the weird women standing in the background there, just like completely still, it's pretty good.
And the coach is over there fisting an invisible person.
Now the
Rubio left side.
the movements on the other hand are pretty good actually.
Morris. Here's
Get
Brooks.
up there.
Up and in on the layup.
There we go. The movements are good. The ball, like the way they shoot the ball and dribble, and the skill dribbles are really. I really like those so far. The contact of the players is really well done. It's like they foul each other. It's pretty good. I just don't like when they get up close. I think they just like EA when they did like their NBA Live. I felt like there was too much shine, and then here this one, it's not enough shine. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Irving's got his first bucket of the game.
Like they just look kind of bland, kind of dull.
Can't give him that kind of a look from beyond the arc.
And maybe in the future there'll be a physics point where the character starts to come out and start playing.
They'll start perspiring a little more. That would be fantastic physics.
That's not gonna be for a
That is
while.
way beyond the scope of anything possible right now.
Heck, with Unreal 4, maybe. So if you're good with it,
Possibly.
Which I think is good.
make sweat actually move.
That you'd have to like do that with, like up close with the free throws. I think see the sweat coming off of them and whatnot. That would be insane.
There's the dish to beat.
And they say the gaming industry is dead. The future of gaming is going to be crazy.
And another
Get
shot.
up there!
Here's Robinson.
Holy
And
shit.
You don't have 3 chances at that.
Robinson's got 6 points.
I mean, overall, I mean, this game is really good, I think. I haven't really won anything yet. I did play a solo game while
Score of action, just under
we
3
were
minutes played.
editing videos,
Irving dishes to Morris. Stolen by Robinson.
and I did manage to win that.
And oh, here we go.
Congrats.
Lillard's got it the fast break.
Too bad you
chance.
don't have him on.
Beal. No luck.
Oh,
Good
you
D
missed
by
that shit.
Rubio. And all in all, it's been about 4 different formats. Randomly selecting rookie teams, then it was
Oh, you
changed
got
East against West. That's it.
Yes, I
With
did.
looks.
I did get stellar.
Yeah,
Listen to Monster Mash, it's good.
They're trying to mix it up. The league is
I think it's good.
to make it as
Not so sure about the rapper who comes in the second verse.
biggest thing is
I think it's the second verse, but
giving
it does
You
come
probably
in.
someone well more than you assuming that
talent around the league.
Let's
And
see,
it's always
defensive
fun to
pressure,
see
I want to
guys
up
like
that.
earlier in their
I really like being able to
kind of laying the
change
foundation
these around on the timeouts and whatnot, and being able
Timeout
to
call here, the first for the Stars.
just being able to do. You get so much, you can get so into it if you want to, changing the coaching options to make your substitutions either rotate or have them all up to you, change your matchups and whatnot. Real good stuff, real good stuff.
Selection process works for the rosters of these teams.
It is actually the assistant coaches from around the league.
So while graphically, aesthetically, it may not be, you
Here's
know,
what the Elites have
up
going on
there,
right now. Tristan
or at
Thompson,
maybe the
he's
status
checked in for
quo,
Marcus
so to
Morris.
speak,
Kawhi
but
Leonard comes
it
in
does
for
its job, and
Brooks.
it's really,
Brandon Knight
so
is
far,
checked in for
it's
Kyrie
caught my
Irving,
attention. It's really
and it's
fun.
Kemba Walker in for Ricky Rubio. Now, here is Knight.
And I'll forgive it on the graphics. I mean, it might take a couple points off, but I mean, nothing
Knight
too big.
kicks to Thompson. Pass to Leonard. Down, the chance.
Dunking animations are pretty
Tell you
good.
what, you gotta
See
love
this in
his
replay.
aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his
Smash that
leaping
shit.
ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball.
It's still pretty much like you're watching it on
feels like it's
TV,
either a dunk or a foul
which is
or a
obviously the
couple
aim
free
of
throws every
any
possession.
sports game these days,
And just
is,
to add to the selection
or
process,
since like the
Clark, you
dawn of
talked
sports
about
games,
the
to try to
assistants
make it
making
look
the
something
move.
like
You know, it just makes sense, Steve, don't you think?
you watch on TV, except for maybe Madden 95, which I would
hope
hope they weren't just like, it looks just like it does on TV.
I mean, if you're going to do the cooking,
They probably actually said that back in the day.
They might have. They may have. Just like, looks like it's on TV. Get in the action.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Everybody looks the same. They're just different colors. They just have a different color helmet and a jersey, which is just a half a circle and a rectangle.
preservation, guys. Sometimes that's the safest route. Make sure you don't have
But see,
bodies or feet.
I've gotten real good with the shooting. I'm draining threes left and right now.
Let
The
yourself
most
down.
realistic console so far, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, the Sega CD.
Excuse me?
Good.
None of the games were made with animation.
Robinson's
They
got
were
8
all
points.
active.
Oh, were they?
Take as many of those high percentage shots.
And then basically you decide whether to kill the naked girls or
Oh shit.
look at targets.
Get up.
Get to
And a
them.
high scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Elites lead by
I did learn that it's actually the button controls aren't like any defaults. Hello. She disappeared.
And we now return to
Um,
the Rising Stars
You can use
Challenge.
either the button controls like X to shoot,
Best young players in the
or you
NBA.
can use the new stick controls where you hold L2 and then you push the R stick up, and depending on where you release it, you know, he'll make a good shot or not. So you have the option of in-game switching between the two, whichever you happen to be more comfortable with. I've been getting really comfortable with the stick, as I missed that shot.
Steve, you're exactly
But
right. I mean,
I've been getting more comfortable with it. It's actually very, very, not too hard to get used to, actually.
Similar to how they know how to play basketball, but aside from that, you usually aren't going to see too many whistles.
On the court for the Stars. Austin Rivers is out there with Dion Waiters. Then there's
Three.
Myles Leonard. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Kid
Told you.
Gilchrist with the three.
Well, much like the
Soldier got the
All-Star
juice.
game, the Rising Stars Challenge, not exactly the place to go if you love defense. I mean, it's much more free and easy and
What was that?
low stress.
Eh.
Tends to be a
Fair
very high
enough.
scoring
I
affair.
thought it was good, though.
The Elites
Just
leading by
overdoes it.
4.
Just makes it easier.
Quarter number 2.
Oh.
About a minute in.
Ow! At the three again.
Shot by Knight.
And not a whole lot of defensive resistance.
Well, if you like defense, don't watch this game.
Going back to Clark, what you were saying, it's not uncommon to see scores up in the 140s or even higher in this game.
Yeah, last season the score was 146 to
What you got?
133.
What you got?
And remember, that's in a
got
40-minute
shit, buddy.
game. Can you imagine if it was a 48-minute format? I mean, you throw in an overtime, you might see both teams crack 200.
I
Stolen by
held that
Rivers.
shit too long.
And now here's Rivers, the fast break.
Damn.
That's one of the better jams you'll ever see right there.
Yeah, you know, some guys come out the high flyers, some of the bigs, and they just say, hey, I'm going to throw
pocket
it
three.
down with authority
Nope.
tonight.
Ah,
I
tricked you.
love that attitude.
Three.
Nothing wrong with it in my book.
Buckets.
A nice
I get
shot by
buckets.
Knight.
Guys, Kemba Walker,
like 100%
crazy
for
fast
threes
guard
here.
Out of UConn, last year as a rookie, he led this game in assists.
Oh,
putting up a
shit.
Double-double. with 10
Oh.
points and 10 dimes. He's an outstanding
Fucking
scorer.
layup, really?
Talented, really good footwork. We'll see which way he leans this time around.
But I love Walker, Kevin, because he's a creative.
Free throws I'm
scorer.
still getting a little used to when it comes to releasing it
Very tough cover
at the right
because
time.
He's going to keep coming at you the entire game.
Yeah, he's
That
only
was-
got one
that
way
was
to go
close.
and one way
I
to
got a
play,
B
and that's
plus.
full throttle, and as
But sometimes
Kemba
you'll get a
adjusts
better.
his
It
size
seems like it'll go in better with like a C minus than it will with a B plus.
Marshawn Brooks is checked in for the Elites.
very weird.
And a new group getting ready now for the Stars.
Zero, whenever you want to
Robinson's
get
checked in
there.
For Leonard. Barnes comes in for Kid Gilchrist. Lamb, he's checked in for Waiters. And Lillard subbed in for Rivers. And
See?
so Walker
See, nothing but
is
net.
both of them.
See?
And going back to Kemba
See, it
Walker,
was a
you know, he's
swoosh,
great
and
quickness off
then,
the dribble. Some
but with the
players
B+,
slow
it
down
was
with
just
the ball in
like,
their hands.
it
He
just
seems
bounced
to
all over the
speed
place.
up, and, that tempo-changing game really allows him to be deceptive offensively.
Kicks to Lamb.
Oh,
Feeds it to Robinson. Lamb, Brooks covering. Lamb passes to Robinson.
Nope.
Clock at 6. From 16 feet away,
Got lucky.
Kansas.
Got lucky.
Robinson's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, what the
And stolen by
Oh,
Lillard.
hell no.
Pass to Barnes. And out of bounds as
Yeah,
the
how-
Heat gain possession.
Yeah, how we doing? No, don't get
I mean,
pissy.
there's no other way for me
Don't
to
get
describe it. He
pissy.
didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Catching up now on the changes for the elites. Derek Williams
Damn.
checked in for Kawhi Leonard, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Kemba Walker. And then for the Stars, Leonard, he's
Come on,
checked in
oh,
for
no.
Davis, and Beal subbed in for Lamb.
Yeah. You got shit,
The
buddy.
elites leading by 6.
With the 3.
And on the way from Irving for 3.
Or not.
Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You know, this Rising Stars Challenge, really one of my favorite events, but I
Oh.
think it has potential to be even better if the teams would be committed to playing more like a regular
Nope.
game. I understand the entertainment value.
No,
That's
no,
important.
no, 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 get it!
Let's be a little more committed to playing the way they
Okay.
typically play. And I think that would add great value because you have such tremendous talent out there, hungry.
What you gonna do? What you gonna
talented,
do? What you
impressive
gonna do?
Very well said.
I am
Very
kind
well
of
said.
trying to get used to these play calls. I'm not really
Irving dishes tonight.
familiar with any of them. So they're kind of like,
The pass to Brooks.
that was a cool
There's
pass.
the triple. The elites
They're
with
kind
a
of
miss.
They're kind of alien
The
to me.
Stars trail by 4. And the Rising Stars Challenge, really a great way for the league and theory to introduce fans to some of the great talent.
But I mean,
Steve coming into the NBA.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, these guys may not
Some of
be
them, sometimes I get
household
something to
names
work.
just yet, but this is a part of the process. You know, playing in this game is an honor, and for these young guys to get
Fuck
a chance
it,
to
come
showcase
on,
their
man.
talents here at All-Star Weekend, and just get a taste of what's out there for them if they can really improve and make it to the big show.
He kicks to Lillard. Stolen by
Oh,
Thompson.
get stole on. All right, boys.
Here's Irving.
Let's give me a play here.
6 points for
Or
him.
we'll do
Brooks.
that. Spin. Shit.
And stolen by Barnes.
Looking for a spin move.
Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. He feeds it to Robinson. He dishes it to Lillard. And they call over the back here.
What does that mean?
Well, you like it
Is
when
that-
a
is
guy
that
goes
Dragon
hard
Ball?
to the boards, but you have to be smart. He went right over his back
Dragon
on
Ball?
that one. Not a good play.
I
Apparently
think he was
not.
just over anxious that time.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
And here's Rivers.
Stay with me. Romney Ryan,
Dishes
Romney
to
Ryan.
Rivers.
Stay with me.
Davis setting the
That's
bid
it.
for Waiters. Rivers.
Oh, get out of my house!
And it ends up out of bounds. And they
Just
keep
gets
possession.
stuck. He's like, yeah. Get the fuck out of my house. Straight stuffed you like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. Oh boy. I love that saying. I hate it.
Just 4 seconds left to play in the first half.
No!
He's short for the center position, but he makes up for it
Lame.
with tremendous
Down,
leaping
get
ability.
down court.
And we're through
Good,
2
no
here.
time. Where's the foul?
Leads ahead. Up.
And now, brought to you by
Really not concerned with what the
Welcome
halftime
everyone
report
to the
is
All-Star break edition of our halftime report of the
at all. Couldn't care less at this point.